Welcome to Direct Sellers Day 2025. We are just 1 minute away from starting. Get ready for an hour of celebration, fun, and education. Bienvenue à la journée des conseillers en vente directe 2025. Nous sommes à seulement 1 minute du début. Préparez-vous pour une heure de célébration, de divertissement et d'apprentissage. Welcome to Direct Sellers Day 2025. Here are your hosts for the next hour. Bienvenue à la journée des conseillers en vente directe 2025. Voici vos hôtes pour la prochaine heure. Manager, Regional Sales Canada at Plexus Worldwide and DSA Canada board member, Victoria Bone. And Senior Manager of Sales and Education, Special Events and Recognition at Mary Kay Cosmetics, and Direct Selling Education Foundation board member, Isabelle Bossé.
Welcome to Direct Sellers Day Live 2025, including the presentation of the DSA Canada Independent Sales Consultant Awards. My name is Victoria Bone from Plexus, a proud DSA Canada member company, and I am honored to be your MC today, along with Isabelle Bossé from Mary Kay. Hi, Isabelle.
Hi, Victoria. Bonjour. And a big welcome to everyone watching. Je sais que nous avons un public francophone important aujourd'hui, alors je tiens à vous souhaiter la bienvenue et à souligner le rôle incroyable que vous jouez dans le succès du secteur de la vente directe au Canada. L'événement d'aujourd'hui se déroulera en anglais et en français. Nous espérons donc que vous resterez avec nous et que vous apprendrez beaucoup de nos conférenciers inspirants. Merci.
Yes, we are going to try to be as bilingual as possible today, as we want to speak to as many Canadians as we can who are involved in direct selling. Excuse us if not everything is in both English and French, but we will do our best. We do have a great audience watching online today, including award finalists, industry participants, DSA member company representatives, and supporters. Audience, wherever you are, please give yourself a little round of applause for joining us.
Aujourd'hui, nous décernerons plusieurs prix prestigieux à la communauté canadienne de la vente directe. Parmi ceux-ci, mentionnons ceux de l'étoile montante, de la marque de distinction, de l'esprit communautaire et du conseiller en vente directe de l'année. En plus de la remise de ces prix, vous entendrez également d'excellents conférenciers du secteur de la vente directe pour vous engager, vous inspirer et vous divertir. Restez avec nous pour entendre d'excellents représentants de l'AVD Canada et de l'industrie.
Direct Sellers Day is an annual celebration to help raise awareness of the direct selling opportunity across Canada. Led by DSA Canada and its members, it allows direct sellers and their independent sales consultants to share their personal success stories and achievements, helping Canadians to better understand the key benefits of direct selling. My Independent Spirit is this year's theme, and throughout today, we will feature a couple of exceptional stories from star independent sales consultants from across the Canadian direct selling industry. We can't wait to hear from each of them over the next hour. I've been in the industry for over 25 years, and I find there are some who aren't aware of what network marketing is, or what direct selling is, or at the very least, they have a perception of who and what we are. I must admit, I was once there. My journey began as an independent sales consultant, but I quickly learned there are vast possibilities offered by direct selling, whether a viable earning opportunity, learning, and personal growth. Today, that still exists. And through interactions I have daily with amazing entrepreneurs, I see how lives can be changed. That's what ignites me about direct selling.
I love to hear about people's journeys in direct selling. I had the pleasure of working in the direct sales industry and supporting independent sales consultants for nearly 15 years. And what I love the most are the people and the culture. Tout au long de ma carrière, j'ai rencontré des personnes incroyables qui ont vraiment saisi une opportunité, ont cru en elle et ont changé leur vie et celle des autres. Cette industrie est unique. L'énergie, le cœur, la communauté continuent de m'inspirer chaque jour. We had such a fantastic number of award nominations this year, representing many of our member companies and every corner of the country. And it was a very tough job for a judging panel. To make it to this event as a finalist is a fantastic achievement. You should all be very proud of being selected in this prestigious company, and I hope you know that you are all winners.
Exactly. So before we dive into the awards, we'd like to remind you to help us make Direct Sellers Day a success by participating in the following activities. Cheer on your finalists and post photos of how you are celebrating Direct Sellers Day. Tag at DSA Canada and use hashtag DSD2025 and hashtag MyIndependentSpirit2025. Participate in the DSA Canada National Survey of Independent Sales Consultants, which will be discussed later on in this event. Visit dsa.ca to find out more about this important initiative. And to win one of 6 $100 gift cards available to people who are watching today's event, simply follow the QR code on screen and leave your name and email, and you will be entered into the draw that will be taking place later today.
Avant de nous plonger dans les récompenses, nous aimerions vous rappeler de nous aider à faire la journée des conseillers en vente directe un succès en participant aux activités suivantes. Encouragez nos finalistes et publiez des photos de la façon dont vous célébrez la journée des conseillers en vente directe. Identifiez à commercial DSA Canada et utilisez les hashtag JCVD 2025 et hashtag Mon Esprit Indépendant 2025. Participez au sondage national de l'AVD Canada auprès des conseillers en vente indépendants, dont il sera question plus tard lors de cet événement. Visitez dsa.ca pour en savoir plus sur cette importante initiative. Et pour gagner l'une des 6 cartes cadeaux de 100 $ disponibles pour les téléspectateurs de l'événement aujourd'hui, suivez simplement le code QR à l'écran, laissez votre nom, votre adresse courriel et vous serez inscrit au tirage d'aujourd'hui. It is now my great pleasure to introduce the first of our speakers today. Marcia Cota had a long career as an independent direct seller before moving into the corporate side of the industry. Jumping forward to 2025, Marcia is Senior Vice President, North America of MONAT Global, as well as being the Chair of the DSA Canada Board of Directors. Veuillez vous joindre à moi pour accueillir Marcia Cota alors qu'elle parle de son parcours et de sa vision de l'avenir radieux de la vente directe.
Hi everyone, I'm Marcia Cota and I want to share my story. Why I fell in love with the direct sales industry almost 30 years ago, why I'm still passionate about it today, and why I believe the best is yet to come. It was way back in 1997. I was a shy 21-year-old mom. No college degree, no career plan, no confidence. One day a neighbor invited me to what we used to call a home party. I didn't want to go, but I went anyway. And that night, something unexpected happened. I purchased a kit and agreed to do a couple parties of my own. During the first party of my own, I sold $700 worth of products and walked away with more money in one evening than I'd earned babysitting a child for a whole week, which is what I was doing so I could stay home with my infant. That moment changed everything. I didn't set out to be in sales, let alone direct sales, but 4 demos turned into 50. And within 8 years, I had hosted over 800 parties and built one of the largest teams in Canada. It completely transformed not just my income, but who I was as a person. Here's the truth I discovered. The real magic in this industry isn't just in the sales, it's in leadership. My first upline got me started, but it was a woman named Kathy Barber, 3 levels above me, who saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. She believed in me until I believed in myself. That's the difference between being an upline and being a leader. An upline recruits you, a leader develops you. Kathy challenged me, coached me, celebrated me, and insisted I attend my first conference when I had every excuse not to go. That decision to show up, it changed the trajectory of my entire life. This industry gives us the privilege of becoming that person for others. We get to inspire people to believe in themselves, to chase goals, and to grow into better versions of who they already are. Another truth I've learned, you don't build a business, you build people, and people build the business. When I started, I thought it was about selling products. But what I discovered is that the real success comes when you help others succeed. You find leaders, you teach them, you coach them, and you duplicate. That's how teams multiply. And yes, it's simple, but not easy. It takes grit, persistence, and a willingness to stay in the game when others quit. But the payoff isn't just financial, it's seeing lives changed, including your own. Of course, not every season was easy. I've had valleys where nothing felt like it was working. I remember one season where my team was stagnant and frustrated. And I realized something. It was the pace of the leader that sets the pace of the pack. So I set one of the scariest goals of my career, 100 new team members for myself in 100 days. Social media didn't exist yet, so it meant countless conversations every single day. It was terrifying, but I did it. And because they saw me doing it, my leaders caught the vision and did the same. That one bold move reignited our team, brought massive growth, and reminded me, nothing changes if nothing changes. I moved over to the corporate side of the industry after almost a decade as a distributor. It was my opportunity to support the field in a different way, by having an impact on the day-to-day business decisions that are made that impact the field and support their growth. If I could pick a word that has supported me often throughout the last 30 years, it would be grit. Grit got me through the hard nights when I doubted myself, it got me through personal struggles, like 3 miscarriages, a stroke at the age of 42, and the devastating loss of my father to COVID. And grit is what's kept me going in this industry through every change, every challenge, and every breakthrough. Grit isn't pretty. It's the teeth-gnashing, fist-clenching, keep going when it's hard kind of perseverance. And it's what transforms ordinary people into extraordinary leaders. Almost 3 decades later, I'm more passionate about this industry than ever. Why? Because I've seen what happens when people say yes. They earn an income, yes, but more importantly, they find their voice, their confidence, their purpose. Direct sales is still one of the greatest equalizers in the world. It doesn't care about your degree or lack of degree. It doesn't care about your background or your past. It rewards effort, consistency, and heart. And right now in this industry, I believe we are just getting started. Direct sellers are the original influencers, and we know how massive influencer marketing is. And with direct sales companies, not only do you get to promote incredible products, you get to be part of a community that cares, compensation that is compelling, and the opportunity to build as small or as large of a business as you want. Here's my challenge to all of you. Lead, not just as an upline, but as a true leader. Focus on building people, not just a business. And when it gets tough, get gritty. Because grit will carry you when talent doesn't. It will fuel you when motivation fades. And it will turn your story into one that inspires others for generations. I'm proof that this industry changes lives. And I believe with everything in me that this future is brighter than ever. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcia, for those fantastic insights. And it was so great to hear about your direct selling journey. We have some more inspiring speakers coming up later in today's events. It is now my great pleasure to announce the winner of our first DSA Canada ISC Award. Once again, thank you to all participating companies and nominees across all award categories. Our first award is the Rising Star Award. Le prix Étoile Montante récompense un conseiller en vente indépendant émergent au cours de ses 5 premières années d'implication qui fait preuve d'un potentiel exceptionnel, qui a connu une croissance significative dans le secteur de la vente directe et a eu un impact positif sur son équipe et son entreprise. This is the 4th year for this award. On the screen, you will see previous winners of the Rising Star Award. It is now my pleasure to announce the finalists for this year's Rising Star Award. They are Rita Schmidt from Pampered Chef, Frédérique Veilleux of MONAT, Sharon Cole of Plexus, Melanie Provost of Avon, and Tegan Glanville of Cutco. You should be so proud of your journey so far, and we wish you all great success as your direct sales career continue. J'ai le plaisir d'annoncer que la lauréate du prix Étoile Montante 2025 de l'AVD Canada est Frédérique Veilleux de MONAT. Since joining in July of 2024, Frédérique has demonstrated extraordinary drive, leadership, and commitment, all qualities that make her one of the most exciting new leaders in Canadian direct selling. She's already personally enrolled 40 new independent sales consultants and 167 VIP customers. Inhalothérapeute à Chicoutimi au Québec et mère dévouée de 2 jeunes garçons, Frédérique comprend l'importance de la flexibilité. Travailleuse acharnée, elle a de grandes ambitions et atteint systématiquement tous ses objectifs, tant au sein de son entreprise que personnellement. L'impressionnante croissance de Frédérique, son leadership et sa passion pour le secteur de la vente directe font d'elle l'incarnation même du prix Étoile Montante. Before today's event, we reached out to Frédérique and she recorded a short video in acceptance of this prestigious award.
Wow, merci tellement, c'est tellement apprécié de savoir que le jury a écouté mon vidéo et que mon histoire a pu toucher des personnes. que j'ai pu faire résonner en vous ce beau succès-là. Ça me touche énormément. Merci aussi à la DSA qui m'a permis de vivre cette nomination-là, qui fait vivre cette expérience-là hors du commun. Je veux aussi féliciter de tout cœur les autres finalistes avec qui j'ai pu être nominée. C'est un privilège de me retrouver à vos côtés. Recevoir le prix de l'Étoile montante, c'est beaucoup plus qu'un trophée. C'est vraiment une confirmation que je me retrouve au bon endroit, au bon moment, sur mon X, plus que jamais auparavant. Merci de me permettre de briller. Sachez que ce rayonnement-là, je le partage aussi avec toutes les personnes qui m'encouragent au quotidien et celles qui m'entourent et qui avancent avec moi dans cette belle aventure-là. Ensemble, on prouve que la vente directe, c'est un vecteur d'impact, d'inspiration et de liberté.
Congratulations to Frédérique. What a fantastic achievement. I'm now excited to introduce our next speaker. With more than 2 decades of experience in direct selling, Natalie Dion has walked a path shaped with courage, transformation, and heart. After leaving the corporate world, she stepped into entrepreneurship and never looked back. Along the way, her husband chose to join her, and together they've built a meaningful business that remains steady even through the most challenging seasons, including a personal health journey. Natalie's story is one of resilience, possibility, and deep belief in what's possible when we say yes. Today, she continues to inspire women to create freedom, alignment, and the life they've always dreamed of, one step at a time.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored and grateful to share my story with you today. When I said yes to direct selling 23 years ago, I had no idea it would transform my life completely. Looking back, I can see clearly how each chapter shaped me and had its own lessons that I carry today. I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I was the kind of kid selling tickets for my ballet presentation in my backyard. But when I saw my parents go bankrupt after 50 years as business owners, I decided that the corporate world was more secure. So I climbed the ladder quickly, and by 30, I was an assistant director overseeing 150 employees. On paper, the future looked bright, but I felt empty. And my body gave me the first signal, a 3-month burnout. I still went back to work after, but I knew this wasn't my calling. I remember telling my parents, I don't know when, I don't know how, but I will quit my career and be free. Little did I know, I was applying a principle that I would teach throughout my career. Start with the end in mind. A few weeks later, direct selling found me. My first chapter was a mix of hope and moments of fear. Even through doubt, I kept the end in mind. I wanted freedom and the life I truly desired. After hard work, I took the leap and resigned from my secure corporate career. I was an entrepreneur. I traveled. I met my husband, Denis. We bought our first house, and I got busy. But soon, reality hit. I learned that even this unique business model requires constant effort. Thinking I had arrived too soon, my income began to drop. I knew I had to find my momentum back. One day, I looked at myself in the mirror and made a strong decision to succeed. I committed myself. I was 100% responsible for my situation. My belief became unshakable. My vision was inspiring, and I made a plan, showed up every single day as someone who was the top leader in my company. I imagined the day my income would be solid enough to ask Denis to join me so that we could be together every day. That vision gave me so much momentum. I won a company trip to Costa Rica for 2. Denis took a week off. He saw the vision, and 2 weeks later, he decided to join me in the business. That decision came with some challenges, but brought us closer. We learned so much about communication and respect, values that we carry in everything we do. The growth continued, and what a chapter it was. Recognition, trips, speaking opportunities that took us across Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. We worked hard, but the rewards were beyond my imagination. Then the pandemic hit. We were lost, like everyone else. We were not prepared to move everything online, but we adapt, learning to stay ahead in a fast-changing world, which prepared us for the next chapter. We entered a chapter of adventures with our new full-equipped RV. On our first 2 months trip, I didn't feel well, and my husband rushed me back home. Exactly 3 years ago, I received a stage 4 ovarian diagnosis and learned I had a BRCA1 mutation, increasing my risk for other types of cancer. That shook our world. Everything went on pause. My only focus became my health. This chapter is about resilience. It's not about cancer. It's about facing life's challenges. 15 minutes after my diagnosis, Denis and I said, we've got this. We're fighting this. And because of this business, he was by my side every single day while our income kept supporting us. We paused for 2 years, focused on health, and applied the same principles that build our business success. Start with the end in mind, commit, and take action daily. I visualized vibrant health until I became unshakable. I told my leaders my goal to be a beam of light, a beam of health by spring, summer 2023. And I asked them to smile when thinking of me. I truly realized the power of our community, the support, the love from brand partners across the company and from our incredible corporate leadership team were priceless in my healing journey. We made a plan, followed it faithfully, and celebrated every milestone. And on June 21st, 2023, exactly like I imagined, I was told that there was no evidence of cancer. And today, I stand before you healthier, happier, stronger, and in the best chapter of my life. I'm speaking to you from our RV, parked in the stunning wilderness of Tombstone, Yukon. Over the past year, we've spent 10 months on the road, growing our business as we explore. We often say the world is our office, and this is definitely the best chapter yet. The industry changed me and therefore changed my life. And giving back our time to our company's foundation and helping those in need is part of our values, in a way to say thank you for this beautiful and abundant life we have. So, whatever your goal, start with the end in mind. Commit fully and don't let any circumstances distract you from your vision. Let your vision lead. With the end in mind, the impossible becomes possible. Let's be unshakable. Let's be resilient. Let's be committed and be grateful. And again, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Wow, Natalie, thank you so much. It was amazing to hear from you today. Your story speaks to the profound impact that direct selling can have in the lives of those who choose to actively participate in this exciting channel. Audience, don't forget to scan the QR code that's on screen right now to sign up and have a chance to win one of 6 $100 gift cards. We love to give back, so please make sure that you're part of the draw for these great prizes. Our second award is the Mark of Distinction Award. This is a Lifetime Achievement Award, which recognizes an ISC with over 5 years of experience who has made consistent, outstanding contributions to the success of their team and company. They uphold the values of trust and integrity, which are so vital to our industry, as well as being a leader who inspires others to achieve their utmost potential. On screen, you will see the previous winners of the Mark of Distinction Award. It is now my honor to highlight the amazing finalists for this year's Mark of Distinction Award. They are Jane Doucette of She's Got Leggz, Jennifer Levers, Mary Kay, Martha Wilmore of Shackley, Kat Gersten of MONAT. A reminder that for all of these great direct sellers, as well as every one of our finalists today, you can view their own videos and hear their sales stories on DSA Canada social media channels. And the winner of the 2025 DSA Canada Mark of Distinction Award is Jane Doucette of She's Got Leggz. Jane has exemplified leadership and has been an inspiration to other She's Got Leggz stylists by consistently maintaining her top leader status for many years. She leads a diverse team of over 250 stylists across Canada, providing both group and individual mentorship to help new recruits feel welcome and secure, and to motivate experienced stylists to achieve continuous progress. Jane's dedication to inspiring her team is evident through her monthly training sessions and continual check-ins with her team and with head office. She has a quiet confidence to her that is unassuming and approachable. That resonates with her team and others in the field, creating that level of trust in her that is so impactful. Coming to She's Got Leggz with already over 20 years experience as an independent sales consultant, Jane has inspired the field and has been an important factor in the overall growth of the company. Once again, we have a short video from Jane where she discusses how thrilled she is with this honor.
Hi everyone, it's Jane from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'm truly honored and grateful to receive this Mark of Distinction Award. Honestly, it's something that was never on my radar, so that makes it super special. Direct selling has been a gift in my life. And I thought when I signed that I was just going to be selling some clothes, but it has helped me grow professionally and personally in ways that I never imagined were possible. I'm still living my independent spirit, building my She's Got Leggz business and loving every minute of it. More than that, my mission is to inspire women to believe in themselves, embrace their independence, and see what is possible in this business for them. I know it's life-changing, and that's what makes it exciting. This award encourages me to keep leading with confidence, resilience, and heart, and to continue paying it forward. Congratulations to all the other nominees and winners, and thank you, DSA, for this award.
Congratulations, Jane, and we wish you ongoing success. It is now my great pleasure to introduce the second of our inspiring speakers from our sales consultant community, Alana Leiva, career sales professional at Veilleux Cutco. You may recall that Alana was with us last year and was honored by winning the 2024 Direct Seller of the Year award. Today, she is going to share how small actions have helped the ongoing growth of her direct selling business.
Thank you for that introduction. I am super excited to be here at the DSA Awards, and it seems like just yesterday, time flies, but I was actually speaking on stage, crying a little bit, but it definitely brings back some great memories. So as you know, my name is Alana Leiva, aka the Toronto Knife Girl, and I've been with Cutco for quite a long time. It's been quite a journey, and the reason I've stuck with it is because of the product. The product Cutco is amazing. I love Cutco. I love knives, which sounds crazy, but I do. I love my knives, and I'm super grateful. It's been a vehicle to help me build such great relationships, and I think that that's one of the keys that has really brought me where I am today, and why I'm super grateful to have made some relationships outside of the business that have turned into friends, family. I grew up as an only child, and I have a dad who lives in Chile. My mom lives in a nursing home. So it's mainly just been me, and my clients have become my friends, my family, and I don't know what I would do without them. Building relationships is so much more than just a transaction. Anyone can sell something and say thanks for your credit card information and move on. That's a transactional relationship, and that's just not who I am, and that's not how I think sales people should be. And unfortunately, some are. But you'll find that they're not there for the long haul, right? And with Cutco being such a phenomenal product, and literally people having them for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and getting free service, we already have the brand that stands behind us. And so, me being the Toronto Knife Girl, I've created my own brand. And it was funny, just today, I had someone I was in the golf cart with, and they literally asked me if I was the Toronto Knife Girl. And I turned around and I'm like, yeah. She's like, I share all your stuff on Instagram all the time. I'm like, oh, that's like so cool, right? And that's, building relationships with other vendors and creators and stuff like that. But for customer relationships, I think it all starts with the moment that you meet them, and, really caring about who they are, where they came from, what do they do, what's their family like? And those are questions that I ask. And I've been told by many of my clients that I have a way of connecting with people, and it's because I really do care about my clients. I treat them, like I said, like family. They treat me like family. And asking those questions, and then really getting to see what they need, and really listening to them. People don't buy because they understand what you're selling. People buy because they feel understood. And that's one of the biggest things that I think that people really connect with me, is because I really, try to focus on what they need versus, everything, right? So after I make a sale, it's all about the follow-up. Follow-up is huge. I always say, hey, did you get your stuff okay? It's really easy to do. I put time in my schedule every Monday to do it, right? But it's also really easy not to do. And, we're used to certain companies, that everyone just doesn't have good things to say about, right? And So people are actually surprised when you give them good service. They're surprised that you did a follow-up text, and then 2 weeks later, I'll do another follow-up text. Hey, how are you enjoying your stuff? Do you have any questions for me? Do you want a tutorial on anything? Make sure you follow me on social media, right? So those little subtle plugs about staying top of mind. And then a few weeks later, handwritten thank you card with a Band-Aid in it, pretty funny. But they get a kick out of it, right? Writing a thank you card, Band-Aid. And, making notes on people, so if they have an anniversary coming up or a special occasion coming up, I actually literally just sent a gift out the other day, just to really show appreciation to my clients and gratitude to them. Tell you a quick story quickly just about one of my favorite clients, Debbie Ronsberg. I met her at a show, and it was funny because I was having a pretty tough day, and I had to breathe. I'm like, you know what, Alana? You're here. You might as well just, focus, and hopefully you meet someone great right now. Came back to my booth at that trade show, and I met Debbie Ronsberg, and it was funny because she kind of walked up to my client at first, and not my client, sorry, my coworker at first, and she was like, no, there was just our energy that kind of connected, and sold her some stuff and did a amazing follow-up, and I said we should go for lunch sometime because we were talking for 45 minutes at the booth. Took her out for lunch. That turned into seeing her every year. We have our pool day by the pool. She likes to make a beautiful dinner, which I appreciate because I love food, and it's just come to the point where I can totally see her as my second mother, and I am truly blessed for that. To the point where, I don't drive. I've never driven. I am too scared. But I had to do some sharpening appointments in the area, and sorry, not in the area. I don't drive. Not in the area. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to Uber everywhere. And she's like, well, why don't you just use my house? I was like, seriously? She's like, yeah, sleep over. I'll make you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can be like, my daughter for more than a day, and we'll make it happen. And through doing that, I actually introduced her to one of her good friends now, which didn't even know who was her neighbor. So everything truly happens for a reason. I'm super thankful. I've sold Cutco to all her friends and family. She buys them as gifts. It was just her 60th anniversary. I got her a card with her whole family on it. And just really strengthening and deepening that relationship and staying top of mind with my clients is the reason why I think I have so many reorders. And this is not to sound whatever. It's just to show the effort that I put in and how much I mean to my clients, and always doing draws and giveaways and just, treating them like friends, treating them like family. And I have so many examples that I could, go on where it was too far, and I talk to a client and, I can give you a ride. Got an extra cheese knife? So yeah, like I said, super grateful. And through direct selling, I was able to, through Cutco, but obviously through direct selling, you wouldn't get this at a 9 to 5. It's just a new journey every day. And I'm very thankful and blessed. So thank you.
Thanks, Elena. You're so right. It's all about building relationships, and thank you for sharing your tips with everyone today. There's truly a lot of room for personal growth at the direct sales channel. Thanks again. Our third award today is the Community Spirit Award. Le prix de l'esprit communautaire récompense un conseiller en vente indépendant dont les actions caritatives et le service communautaire ont profondément amélioré la vie d'autrui. L'industrie de la vente directe et ses membres sont reconnus pour leur générosité et leur esprit communautaire. Nous sommes ravis de récompenser ceux qui illustrent parfaitement ces qualités uniques et qui contribuent grandement à notre secteur. Sur l'écran, vous verrez une liste des précédents récipiendaires du prix de l'esprit communautaire. Let's now recognize the finalists for this year's Community Spirit Award. They are Vonny Fast of Cutco and Marcy Stewart of Pampered Chef. Audience, we know that the direct selling industry and the individuals involved do so much good work in the community. These two amazing people are just examples of charity work happening across the country, driven by direct selling. Je suis ravie d'annoncer que le récipiendaire du prix de l'esprit communautaire de l'AVD Canada 2025 est... Vonny Fast de Cutco. Vonny has been with Vector Cutco for over 30 years and is the #1 sales representative in the company's 35-year Canadian history. Her community involvement spans decades, including contributions to soup kitchens and mental health organizations. Through Project Impact, her personal endeavor, she has invested significant time and energy. In 2024, the nonprofit raised $40,000 in cash and in-kind donation, funding 3 random acts of kindness days and a grassroots food and toy drive that helped feed over 200 families. Now, to a video acceptance from Vonny.
I've been an ISA in the Community Direct Sales Association for 32 years. Stumbled upon selling Cutco in my first year of university. Never thought I'd be in sales, but really just, I guess, have been motivated along the way to build a business that I'm proud of, and then more recently co-build a nonprofit that is all about creating kindness in community called Project Impact. And I think that those two efforts, just being recognized here today, means something and is very special. So I really, truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And that's it.
Congratulations, Vonny. You are an inspiration. J'ai maintenant le grand plaisir de vous présenter notre dernier conférencier de la communauté de la vente directe, Peter Maddox, est le président de l'AVD Canada et œuvre chaque jour pour que le gouvernement canadien comprenne et soutienne cette formidable opportunité. Aujourd'hui, Peter vous présentera des informations passionnantes sur l'industrie et vous expliquera comment vous pouvez contribuer à sa promotion. Bienvenue, Peter!
Hello, everyone, and happy Direct Sellers Day 2025. What an incredible day to come together and celebrate the heart and soul of our industry. You, the independent sales consultants, who make direct selling not just a business, but a thriving community of entrepreneurs across Canada. Congratulations to all nominees, finalists, winners of the prestigious DSA Canada ISC Awards for 2025. I had the pleasure of being involved in the judging process, and I must say that our finalists get more impressive every single year. Now let me share a few numbers that show you just how powerful this industry is. In Canada, direct selling generates over $3 billion in annual retail sales and engages over 1 million independent sales consultants from coast to coast to coast. That's not just a statistic, that's families, students, retirees, new immigrants, and seasoned professionals who've all chosen the flexibility and empowerment that direct selling provides. And here's the best part. Research from back in 2022 shows that more than 80% of independent sales consultants say they are satisfied with their experience in direct selling, and the majority highlight flexibility and community as their top reasons for being part of this industry. Now that's something to celebrate. Now to the exciting news. Over the next month, we need to update this important research to reflect current 2025 numbers, so we can further understand what drives and motivates independent sales consultants today. To do this, we have launched our 2025 ISC Survey. We ask that every independent sales consultant across Canada completes it by October 15. You can start by visiting our website at www.dsa.ca to find out more. After my presentation today, a short promotional video will play in both English and French to provide context about the survey and to build the excitement for this great initiative. So please complete the survey today and share the link with everyone in your team and organisation so we can effectively tell the story to governments and media across Canada. But numbers only tell part of the story. What truly sets direct selling apart is the foundation of trust and integrity we've built together. At the Direct Sellers Association of Canada, we are proud to uphold one of the strongest codes of ethics in the business world. The code isn't just a set of rules, it's a promise that every independent sales consultant has the right to respectful treatment, honest communication, and fair opportunity. A promise that consumers can count on transparency, product quality, and confidence in every purchase. And a promise that as an industry, we lead with integrity, responsibility, and care. The code of ethics is not about limiting your freedom as entrepreneurs, it's about protecting it. It ensures that you can build your businesses on a level playing field with the confidence that you are part of an industry that Canadians trust. So today isn't just about celebrating success. It's about recognizing the values that keep our industry strong: innovation, entrepreneurship, flexibility, community, and ethics. And let's not forget the fun side of direct selling, the events, the friendships, the mentorship, and yes, even those moments when we push ourselves out of our comfort zones. Each of you is proof that direct selling is more than just a way to earn income. It's a way to grow, connect, and thrive. So on this Direct Sellers Day, I want to thank you. Thank you for believing in yourselves. Thank you for supporting one another. And thank you for being the reason why direct selling in Canada continues to grow stronger every year. Let's keep building businesses with passion. Let's keep living out the values of our code of ethics. And most importantly, let's keep celebrating the incredible community we've built together. Here's to you, the independent sales consultants who make all the difference. Happy Direct Sellers Day 2025.
What a great message from Peter and all our speakers today. We truly have an industry to be proud of. And it would be great if as many of you as possible completed the ISC survey. So follow the QR codes that are on the screen, or feel free to visit the DSA Canada website at dsa.ca to find out more. Our final award today is the Direct Seller of the Year Award. This award honors an ISC who has made an outstanding contribution to the success of their company and team during the past year. They have demonstrated this through an innovative initiative or a program that contributed to the sales success and positive industry awareness. This is another award in its 4th year, and we are really excited to build on this tradition as it truly speaks to the meaning of the mission of Direct Sellers Day. On the screen, you'll see previous winners of the award. The finalists for this year's Direct Seller of the Year Award are Chantal Bisaillon of Mary Kay, Alexandra Martel of MONAT, Krista Beakley of Pampered Chef. We already heard from last year's winner, Alana, on what winning this award means, so we're excited to announce the 2025 winner. And the winner of the 2025 DSA Canada Direct Seller of the Year Award is Chantal Bisaillon of Mary Kay. Chantal is a leader who doesn't just talk about empowerment, she lives it. As an independent executive senior sales director, she has built a thriving business over 18 years, consistently leading with clarity, compassion, and conviction. This year specifically, Chantal led her team with a clear focus on growth, innovation, and impact. One of the key initiatives she championed was the Power Up 100 New Customer Challenge, encouraging her unit members to expand their customer base by adding 100 new customers over the course of a year. Chantal didn't just promote the challenge, she coached her team through it, offering practical strategies, accountability check-ins, and recognition to keep the momentum high. This initiative helped drive significant increases in both personal and unit sales. Chantal is traveling right now, so Isabel is going to say a few words on her behalf of Mary Kay in her absence.
First of all, congratulations, Chantal. We hope that you're having a great time on your top director trip. Wow, je suis extrêmement touchée et honorée d'avoir été choisie comme récipiendaire du prix de la conseillère en vente directe de l'année. Recevoir cette distinction, c'est bien plus qu'un honneur pour moi, c'est la reconnaissance de 18 ans de passion, de persévérance et de plaisir à accompagner mes clientes et à bâtir une équipe extraordinaire. Depuis mes débuts, j'ai toujours eu à cœur une mission simple mais puissante, enrichir la vie des femmes, les aider à se sentir fortes, confiantes et valorisées, que ce soit à travers nos produits, nos échanges ou les opportunités que nous offrons. Je partage ce prix avec toutes les personnes qui m'entourent, mes clientes fidèles qui me font confiance jour après jour, mon équipe dont l'engagement et l'énergie me motivent constamment à me dépasser, ma famille et mes proches pour leur soutien inébranlable, également mes enfants, qui sont mon pourquoi, et bien sûr, mes collègues du secteur de la vente directe qui contribuent à faire rayonner cette industrie avec cœur et authenticité. Merci à la VD Canada pour cette belle reconnaissance, avec toute ma gratitude. Wow, what an amazing event! Congratulations to all our award nominees, finalists, and winners. Thank you for our speakers, thanks to everyone watching, and thanks also to the great team at Diversified Productions who have helped to bring this event to life. Have a great Direct Sellers Day. Always be proud to share your stories of growth and achievement with the entire world.
And don't forget, for a chance to win one of 6 $100 Visa gift cards, don't forget to scan the QR code and add your name to the draw before 5 p.m. Eastern Time today. Gift card winners will be announced tomorrow.
Au nom de Victoria, de moi-même et de toute l'équipe de la VD Canada, félicitations à tous les nommés, gagnants, et merci à tous ceux d'entre vous qui sont joints à nous aujourd'hui. We hope to see you all again soon.